Welcome, Paddy, for being guest in our first episode of Facts and Rumours, a periodical news broadcast series of Nights from Europe. We really appreciate you being our guest in the first episode. Of course, we can't ignore the fact that there is a COVID-19 pandemic going around. First of all, how does this pandemic affect you and your YouTube channel?
To be honest, probably doesn't affect my YouTube channel. It affects me that I'm locked up in the house. And like most grandfathers or fathers, I miss the contact with human beings, especially my grandchildren. But no, the channel, in fact, I've been probably doing more videos because of the pandemic. My subs ask me what I do one a day, so I've tried to keep that up as best as I can. I think I've missed 1 or 2 days maybe, but most of the time I get some sort of channel, whether it's reviews, not so many reviews because the postage is not great, so I'm not getting the new knives in for reviews, but I'm just putting content up that gives my subs something to watch while they're locked down.
Okay, so besides missing the social contact with friends and children, grandchildren, it's in fact affecting your YouTube channel in a positive way, making more content.
Very much so. And when you make more content, obviously you're interacting more with your subscribers, which can only be a good thing because that's how you develop your channel, is seeing what they want.
Exactly. Oh, nice. Okay. So you have a YouTube channel, but it started, of course, with collecting knives. So what motivated you to start collecting knives, and when did you start collecting?
I think maybe I'm a lot different than most people. I'm in my 60s now, so I didn't come to this till very late. I've always had a penknife, but they've usually been little cheap penknives just for cutting bits of tag or bits of string. I used them in work, but it was never a hobby until about probably 4 years ago. When I bought a Delica, which was the most money I'd ever spent on a knife. And from then, Little Apples, it's just been a journey of not even so much the knives, it's the camaraderie of having people that you can go on and talk with. And I took an awful lot of advice about what I was buying. At the time, I didn't have a whole lot of money. So this outlet was great for me.
Okay. Yeah,
I probably didn't answer that brilliantly, but I didn't start about 4 years ago. And from then, from buying a little Delica, I get into watching YouTube, and that started my collection.
Yeah, okay. It was more or less an inspiration instead of a motivation.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So you run a YouTube channel with a steady growing amount of loyal subscribers. What is your secret?
The subscribers. I have been very, very fortunate, and I make no bones about that, because when I first started, I had very basic knives. I had very basic knowledge, which hasn't grown a whole lot, I have to say. I like different things. I like different things now, but my subscribers, when I first started, I was just very lucky. I got a lot of people who had been around quite a long time, who gathered around me and helped me and advised me. And their advice was good, and my channel just gradually grew, and my knowledge grew because of them. And it was, I think it was their impetus that gave me this thirst for more knives and knowledge. And then the passion came after that, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I can understand. That makes sense. Yeah.
And I think, again, I'm going to go back to the age thing, but I was looking for something, a hobby, outside of other things that I had, something I could do in the house. And it grew out of me just investigating knives and wanting to buy a good knife, and that was it. Very, very simple.
Yeah, okay, clear. And I like the idea. Where do your subscribers come from? Where do they live?
Most of my subscribers would be American. Now, my percentage of European subscribers has been growing, which is great to hear, and especially British subscribers, because we have such archaic nanny laws regarding knives. It's been nice to see the growth of other people getting into the hobby, whether it just be for UK legal knives, but they've also developed from their hobby or their collecting to now getting knives that I do in my channel that are legal to buy in the UK. So that's nice. And that would be my goal at the minute, to get more people into just knives. You know, you just want to stay within your legal limit. They're out there for you.
So, being a YouTuber, being active in the knife community, what do you think is an important trend in the knife industry or the knife community that you noticed?
Important trend. I think about this quite a lot. What is the trend? Because as a YouTuber, you're trying to follow a trend if you've got a knife channel. Now, maybe I'm a bit different than a lot of YouTubers. I'm not driven to get the next best thing. Not that I won't get it, but I'm not driven to get it. My subscribers, luckily, don't demand that I must have every new knife out there. I must have the best of this and the best of that. So I think the trends that I'm starting to find people coming across to my channel who can't afford maybe to keep up with this onslaught of knives at the moment. And I think the trend is sort of changing, because my new subscribers just want to see knives, maybe old. I've been doing recently knives of the past, older knives that are still useful, that I still have in my channel, that I don't, that are not maybe the most up-to-date ones, but they're great knives. And I think sometimes YouTube tends to just be driven to the absolute new edge of knife. And that's not my hobby. My hobby is all sorts of knives. Going back, I love old traditional pen knives that are 100-year-old as much as I love the new Medford that's out there. So I tend to find a lot of my subs are coming to me because I do that variety rather than this one video a week of the newest trend that's getting put out there. So I don't know whether that's the answer to your question, but it's sort of, I think it's changing that people, and especially now where people have lost jobs and their income's been affected, I think we're going to need more of well, look, you can still buy old for cheaper and you're still going to get a good product. You don't have to stick with, buying the brand new thing. I don't know whether that's the thing.
I totally agree with you. In the same realm as the previous question, do you see a development in the industry or in the community that worries you?
This is where I probably shouldn't be controversial, but I think this big divide in the community is Chinese knives. Should you buy Chinese? Should you not buy Chinese? And I don't like it. It's something I feel quite passionate about. I buy my knives from everywhere and everybody who sells knives because I like knives and I like variety. If I was to stick with just one brand of knife, my variety would be cut down immensely. And this is my hobby. It's not just a YouTube channel. This is genuinely my hobby. This is my passion outside of this wee camera. When I go away from here, I play with my knives, I work on my knives, I enjoy my knives. So I think there is a growing thing that, you shouldn't buy Chinese knives. That's not right. And I don't like that. I really don't like it. I think I should be able to buy knives from anywhere. Again, I don't know whether I'm answering the question. You have asked me.
That's okay. I was very worried in the past about this issue as well, but lately, let's say the last 2 years, I noticed that this was slightly changing positively, so that more and more people do like Chinese manufactured knives because of the efforts of a couple of Chinese companies like Real Steel, We Knife, Rayad, that kind of companies, not copying, not counterfeiting American-made or European-made brands. So I really thought it was shifting slightly.
I think Civivi are making the best knife on the market for the money.
Mm-hmm.
I think their models, and they have a huge variety of models.
Yeah.
And I think they're making the best quality on the market for the price.
Yeah.
But what I don't like is the, oh, I'm not going to watch your channel because you buy Chinese or you buy. I mean, I also, every now and then I will buy a clone from China, from AliExpress, because my subscribers want that. Now, it has caused me an awful lot of grief. As far as bad comments and losing subscribers. But to be honest with you, that's not going to bother me. I buy what I want. And if my subs want to see what's out there, I'll just buy it. It's on the market. So you can't hide away from the marketplace. Yeah, let's just leave it there.
Okay, it's all clear. So I have a very important question. I think the viewers will want to know, what is your personal all-time favorite knife? And you can only mention one.
That's a bad question.
I know.
That has to be the worst question to ask a knife collector. What is your favorite child? Oh, Hank, do you know, I have thought about this all night, and I had got my answer planned, and you just destroyed it by saying you can only pick one. Because in reality, I can't pick just one. Right, okay, I'm going to go down the line. The only answer I can give to this that will be honest, as of today, my favorite knife of all time is probably the knife I'm using the most now. Okay. So my favorite knife of all time can change from month to month. Now, and that's just me being honest, because I have slip joints, I have, lock knives, I have all sorts.
Yeah.
My favorite knife at the moment of all time is a Spidey Chef. The Spidey Chef. Simply because I think it's a really well engineered knife. I love the materials of the knife, the fact that it's waterproof. I spend quite a bit of time in the kitchen. There's only me and my wife, so we take turns cooking. I use this on a daily basis. And is that not what a knife is for? That's when we get down to the bit. So for this month, and it could change if I'm asked that question in another month's time, because I also have my favorite slip joint. I also have my favorite older knife. So, but if you want an answer of one knife, the Spidey Chef, I think, is a great one.
Thank you for answering the question. That's really very much appreciated, Paddy. Okay. I'm sorry I gave you a hard time with that question. So, do you have any information you want to share with the viewers?
Just that my heart and soul goes out to the people who are on the front line throughout the whole world. And YouTube is a world thing now. It's not just the UK or, the Netherlands. It's around the world. So I would just like to give my thanks to all those on the front line and those people who have kept me fed, water, never mind healthy. The nurses are amazing. And I'd just like to, it'll be over soon, hopefully. But we're praying for you, and I hope that you and your family, whoever you are, if you're watching this YouTube video, that you're safe and well. Sorry, can I say one thing just before you go?
Yes, of course.
As you know, I'm on here because I've got a YouTube channel. I would love European knife makers to maybe get more of a presence on YouTube channels. And if that means, contacting a YouTuber, I'm open to promoting your knife for you. And I think European knife makers tend to not do it as much as maybe American and Chinese would do. So I'm open. Please knock my door. You just have to send me a DM and we can talk.
This is a very good issue, Paddy, because that's one of the reasons we started Knives from Europe. to give more attention to
Yeah.
European-made or European-designed knives. And let's build a great platform together with all the other YouTubers from Europe to
Very
get a
much
great
so.
platform which will give a lot more exposure to our European-made or designed knives.
And it's funny, I had these knives picked, which is from Booker's to L'Aiguille to British knife
Yeah.
makers.
Yeah,
We need to promote what we've got as well.
exactly. Because we have a very long history in knife making.
Oh, yes.
Like Sheffield in England, Maniago in
Maniago,
Italy,
Italy, yes.
Cher in France, Solingen in Germany, and that kind of in Sweden with Mora. We have so much history in making knives.
I've actually just ordered a knife from MKM in Italy, and it should be here this week, which
Yeah.
is a beautiful, and it's UK legal or European legal in most countries.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to reviewing it. It's a beautiful looking knife.
Yeah.
So sorry, I jumped.
No.
Sorry.
This is actually very good, because another topic in this very first episode is introducing a collaboration of a Chinese company, a new collaboration of a Chinese manufacturer with a Dutch knife maker. So
Brilliant.
that's very good. More and more promotion of the European design and knives.
More, yeah, very
Okay.
much so.
Paddy, thank you very much
Thank
for
you
being
very
our
much for
guest.
having me on.
Take care and see you next time. Bye bye.